It is April 21st, 2025. It is a minute past 12 o'clock in our studio. From the city of Onitsha, this is Udala News at noon. Starting with our top stories, Udala Radio celebrates Easter with Red Cross Motherless Babies Home Onitsha. NYSC releases postings for Stream 1 Batch A prospective corps members warns against night travel. On the foreign scene, Pope Francis dies at 88, and on sports, Chelsea coach gets one-match ban. My name is Chisum Chinedu. Now the news in detail. In a mirror of God's compassion and extension of His love to those most in need, Udala Radio 104.7 FM Onitsha on Sunday celebrated Easter with the Red Cross Motherless Babies Home and Child Welfare Clinic Onitsha. The Easter outreach, which brought smiles and renewed hope to the children and staff at the home, was an opportunity for the station to extend its corporate social responsibility CSR Share Love, and make a meaningful impact on the community during this season of love. During the visit, the station's team engaged with the kids through prayers and heartfelt conversations and donated essential supplies and other items worth hundreds of thousands of naira. Speaking at the event, the head of operations of Udala Radio, Mr. Corridor Brown, said the visit was more than just a gesture, but an expression of the station's commitment not just to broadcasting and entertainment, but to compassion and humanity. Brown commended the team at the Red Cross for their humanitarian services, noting that their dedication, sacrifice and service to the inmates and the society at large do not go unnoticed. He added that the station's visit was not just to bring supplies, but genuine encouragement and a reminder of the importance of kindness, generosity and shared responsibility. The Red Cross Society appreciated the initiative and commended Udala Radio for taking active steps to impact lives beyond the airwaves. Anambra State Governor Professor Charles Chukwuma Soludo will today, 21st day of April 2025 in London, United Kingdom, present the 3-year scorecard of his administration and outline the future growth plans for the state to Anambra indigenes residing in the UK and its environs. The governor is expected to be seated at the Surrey Banqueting Suite, located at 54 The Market Square, London, N9 OTZ UK at 16:45 p.m., which is 4:45 p.m. local time. He is expected to speak about his administration's commitment to accountability and inclusive governance. The forum will also provide a unique opportunity for discussions, interactions, proposals, and dialogues on how the Anambrarians can engage with the administration from the diaspora. The event will give room for robust discussions with Soludo and further deepen connection with the people within and outside the United Kingdom. Popular cleric in Oka Diocese of the Anglican Communion, Reverend Canon Lumen Christi Abel, says Governor Chukwuma Soludo has no rival in the November 8th, 2025 Anambra State governorship election. Abel, who is in charge of God in Action Adoration Ministry Agolo, Anocha local government area of Anambra State, said this during his weekly adoration ministration at St. Paul's Anglican Church, Agolo. He stated that with the achievements of Soludo in the past 3 years in office, he saw nobody contesting with him in the forthcoming election. According to him, the governor has performed significantly in key areas, especially in road infrastructure, security, and education, which usually resonate with the electorate. The Reverend, who also used the occasion of the ministration to mark his 45th birthday anniversary, called for sober reflection as Christians celebrate the Easter. He asked the people to use the time to think about themselves other than focusing on just eating and drinking. Shashuko community in Onitsha South local government area of Delta State has been thrown into panic following the abduction of 4 children over the weekend. The children were identified as Ebube and Miracle, who are said to be siblings, while the other two, Chimamanda and Excel, are from another family. The incident occurred at the Umokwe quarters of the community, with residents pointing accusing fingers at 3 women who had secured emergency accommodation into the neighborhood. The women lured the children under the pretense of buying them biscuits from a shop in the area, and when the children could not be seen around the compound, neighbors became concerned. The neighbors worriedly visited the women's apartment, but surprisingly saw an empty room, and neither the occupants nor the children could be found. The police public relations officer of Delta State Command, Bright Edafe, confirming the incident, said the landlady of the compound has been arrested and is currently in detention. Kano State government has finalized a series of landmark investment agreements with the Kingdom of Morocco as part of a comprehensive economic repositioning strategy. A statement released by the governor's spokesperson, Sunusi Bature Dawakin Tofa, confirmed that his development followed a recent high-level investment mission to Morocco led by Kano State Governor Abba Yusuf. The agreement will also address investor identification, financing models, and cutting-edge technologies for energy storage and efficient distribution. The Casablanca Chamber of Commerce has also expressed a willingness to collaborate with Kano State in renewable energy and solid minerals development. This partnership is expected to contribute significantly to the state's goal of attracting up to $10 billion in investments over the next 5 years. The National Youth Service Corps NYSC has released Stream 1 posting for the 2025 Batch A prospective corps members. The scheme announced the release of the postings via a post on its X, formerly Twitter handle, today. The NYSC noted that the signing and printing of the addendum is crucial for registration and camp entry, as some camps may require it for verification. It explained that the addendum is accessible on the NYSC dashboard after a successful online registration. Meanwhile, NYSC also stated that some prospective corps members deployed to Lagos State will have their orientation course in Ogun, Ondo, and Osun camps, while some of them deployed to Abuja will have their orientation camps in Nasarawa and Kaduna camps. The Corps also advised prospective corps members not to travel at night to the orientation camps. The National Assembly has extended its ongoing recess with the resumption of members now scheduled for Tuesday, April 29th, 2025. The lawmakers were supposed to resume on April 29th after the Easter recess. However, the resumption date has now been postponed to May 6. The Clerk of the National Assembly, Cameroon Ogunlola, who announced this in a statement this morning, said the resumption date was postponed for 1 week to enable members visit their constituencies and participate in the 2025 Workers' Day celebration. The Senate had on March 27 adjourned the plenary to allow lawmakers to observe the Easter and Eid al-Fitr holidays. Finally, on the local scene, former President of the Senate, David Mack, has appealed to the federal government to change her strategy in the approach of tackling insecurity in the country. Mack made the call in an Easter message by his special advisor on media, Paul Mume, on Sunday. He proposed that the President Bola Tinubu's government adopt the fencing of Nigeria's borders as is obtainable in the United States, Israel, and India. He suggested the declaration of violent and murderous activities witnessed in north-central states of Plateau and Benue as terrorist activities and must be treated as one. The former Senate President also commiserated with the people and government of the two states and all those who lost their loved ones. The foreign scene now, Pope Francis has died at the age of 88. This was announced in a statement released by the Vatican this morning, confirming his demise at his residence in the Vatican's Casa Sancta Marta at 7:35 a.m. local time. His death comes hours after he greeted Catholic faithful who were at the Vatican on Sunday for the Easter Mass. The pontiff recently spent 5 weeks in a Rome hospital battling against a life-threatening bout of double pneumonia. He returned to the Vatican and lighted duties towards the end of March. His entire life was dedicated to the service of the Lord and of his church as he taught the congregants to live the values of the gospel with fidelity, courage, and universal love, especially in favor of the poorest and most marginalized. According to Archbishop Diego Ravelli, Master of Apostolic Ceremonies, the late Pope Francis has requested that the funeral rites be simplified and focused on expressing the faith of the Church in the risen body of Christ. Now moving on to sports, Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca has collected the third caution of the season and will be absent from the touchline versus Everton. For more on this, Obinna Ngubike is here with us from the Sports Center. Good afternoon, Obinna.
Good afternoon, Chisom Chinedu. Thank you very much. And from the Sports Center for Udala Radio 104.7 FM, we'll begin from the home front where Nigerian chess master and founder of Chess in Slum Africa, Tunde Onakoya, has made history by setting a new Guinness World Record for the longest chess marathon. Onakoya achieved the milestone on Sunday after clocking 64 hours of continuous play alongside his playing partner, American chess player Sean Martinez, in Times Square in New York. The previous record of 61 hours, 3 minutes and 34 seconds was set in 2024 by Norwegian duo of Odin Birka V and Askid Brine. Though the record was already broken after surpassing the 62-hour mark, Onakoya and Martinez chose to continue playing until they reached the 70-hour goal, a move aimed at drawing more attention to their cause, raising funds to build free schools for homeless children across Africa. While the marathon has been completed, a new record remains subject to official verification and confirmation by the Guinness World Record. In April 2024, Onakoya completed a 60-hour chess marathon, exceeding the previous 56-hour mark set in 2018 by Norwegian Halvard Hyung Flatibor and Ju Flafiskand, and that attempt was never officially recognized by Guinness World Record. And still on sports, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca will serve a one-match touchline ban following his wide celebrations during the Blues' win over Fulham. Maresca was booked by referee Anthony Taylor during the celebrations, which accompanied Neto's late effort at Fulham. The Italian tactician saw his side claim a dramatic derby victory over their West London neighbours at Craven Cottage. Chelsea initially trailed the contest heading into the final 7 minutes, but Tyrick George restored parity before Pedro Neto grabbed the 93rd minute winner. The Chelsea bench erupted after seeing the Portuguese forward hit the net, leading them to spilling into the field. Maresca will now serve a suspension after collecting 3 yellow cards this season. He was previously cautioned during meetings with AFC Bournemouth and Newcastle United. Assistant manager Willie Caballero will take charge from the technical area against Everton, with Maresca restricted to a seat in the stands. And that was the sports news from the Sports Center. For more sports stories, join the corridor at 3 p.m. and Sports Extravaganza at 7 p.m. Many thanks for listening. My name is Obinna Ngubike, and it's back to Chisom Chinedu for the rest of the bulletin.
And with that, we conclude Udala News at noon. But before we go, recall we told you that Udala Radio 104.7 FM Onitsha yesterday, Easter Sunday, extended its service to humanity beyond the airwaves by donating essential supplies and celebrating Easter with the Red Cross Motherless Babies Home and Child Welfare Clinic, Onitsha. Also, the National Youth Service Corps has released the posting Stream 1 Batch A prospective corps members. On the foreign scene, Pope Francis has died at the age of 88, some hours after he greeted Catholic faithful who were at the Vatican on Sunday for the Easter Mass. And on sports, Chelsea manager Enzo Maresca must serve a one-match touchline ban following his wild celebration during the Blues win over Fulham. For more information, visit radioudala.com. Follow us on Facebook at Udala Radio 104.7 FM and on X, formerly Twitter and Instagram at Udala Radio. On YouTube, we are Udala FM. And on behalf of the news team, my name is Chisom Chinedu. Good afternoon and thank you.